Hello, South Pacific family. Once again, it comes with alarming regularity how often the first of the month rolls around. It's good to see you. I want to talk to you just very briefly from 2 Corinthians chapter 4. The very first verse says, "Therefore, having this ministry, by the mercy of God, we do not lose heart." It starts with the word therefore, and you have to look back at chapter 3 to find out that the ministry of reconciliation, the power of God through the Spirit of God, there's the unveiling of what comes when people just have the rules and regulations. They don't have the relationship. But he's talking about the ministry that we have, that proclamation of the ministry. But there's 5 words in this verse that captivated my heart. We do not lose heart. If you've been in ministry long enough, you've had those days where you lose heart. And I want to encourage you to come back to particularly this text or other texts that the Apostle Paul, of all people, he had to have experienced it or he wouldn't have made that comment about losing heart. He's had those days where he gets up and he looks into the mirror and goes like, what am I doing? And if you don't go back to the call of God and the ministry of God and the hope that we have in him, we can just be busy and lose heart doing church. I want to encourage you to take the time within the next day or two. Just sit before the Lord. Reflect on your identity. What's your identity? It should be in Jesus. Is it on how many people show up Sunday? How many people respond to you? On being able to preach, teach, be able to have influence? Your identity isn't about that. Your identity is that you're a child of God. I've had seasons of ministry over the last 38 years where I had to reflect that. Sometimes the Lord forced it on me, not because I wanted to, but I had drifted so far. He brought it back to my attention and called me back to the real call, my identity in Him, not in who I am or what I do. I'm so grateful for His grace that He's done that. It's painful, but Hebrews 12 warns us of that His discipline, not in a misbehaving discipline, but the kind like a coach to a team. It's a discipline that brings a team focused. His discipline is faithful. And that's what we learn, those who are trained by it. Don't lose heart. It's going to happen. I just want you to be encouraged to take the time to set yourself on your identity in Him. It releases you from all of the pressures and the bewilderment that come when our identity is on something else other than Jesus. And then your call. And what is that? I love verse 17 in the chapter just before this, the 3rd chapter of 2 Corinthians, because it says that now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And I like that. And yet sometimes when we lose that focus that He is the one that does it, it's not me, it's not you, it's not us. He uses us. He invites us into that. He doesn't need us, but He invites us. And in the Spirit of the Lord, where the Spirit of the Lord is, that's the work, that's the beauty, that's the beautiful part. God is good. He chose you. He's called you. You will have days that you're discouraged, but please don't turn aside. Don't throw in the towel. I think it was a little over a year ago when I first started to do these, I shared with you that Barna's research during COVID, 30,000 pastors quit. That's a lot. Don't quit. Center yourself on Him. I'm very excited as I hear the news about how God is working in our district. You're telling me about people coming to faith, baptisms. God is at work. He's alive and well. Let's continue to grow and go together in the fulfillment of the Great Commission. Have an awesome month.